Hi, my name is Julissa Sobrino, and I will be telling you today a little bit about the geographical history of my life. It all started with my great-grandmother. I recently found out she was from Israel. This made me do a lot of research in Israeli history, and I chose this topic because I believe the demographic history of my family is very diverse. So she emigrated from Israel to Cuba. In that moment, there were great economical possibilities where she met my great-grandfather. My great-grandfather used to work as a ship, in a ship as a military cook. Then they had 12 children. I believe there was no TV at the time. So one of these children was my grandpa Emilio, whom I never had the pleasure to meet, but people said that he was really amazing. He met my grandma Zenaida. I really loved her. She used to dance with me under the rain. She used to make me necklaces out of seeds and beads and pick up flowers with me at the gardens. Grandpa and grandma owned several farms throughout the central part of Cuba, where my dad was born. My dad was born in the city of Cienfuegos. My dad was always a man that carried himself in a philosophical manner. He was always against the government limitations by the Cuban regime and Fidel Castro, so he always wanted to come to the United States and make a better living. On my mom's side, it all started with my great-grandpa. My great-grandpa Manuel was from Canaries Islands. My great-grandpa was always traveling through Europe, where he met my great-grandma Sofia, which I found out some years ago that she was from Russia. So, great-grandpa Manuel and great-grandma Sofia moved to Cuba due to economical possibilities, where they became tobacco farmers. Shortly after, they conceived their first child, Iseli. This was my grandpa. He was very rebellious. My grandpa's dad died of a heart attack when the Cuban regime took away his lands. And then the family was forced to live under extreme conditions and work for the government, where he met my grandma. My grandma Gia was a woman of African procedency. She won several beauty contests, like me. This is where I came from. Grandma Gia was very dry, but always loved me to her heart. My mom and my dad met because my dad was always selling products farm by farm, and mom was 17 years old, dad was 35 years old. Somehow they made it work out. Shortly after, they moved to Havana, where I was born. We had several restaurants in Havana until my dad finally had the opportunity to come to the United States. My dad died shortly after coming to the United States, and my family was devastated, not only emotionally but economically as well. Anyways, my mom continued to be my backbone. Years passed until she met my stepdad. Gave birth to a beautiful child I am blessed to call sister. We then moved to Acapulco, Mexico, and lived 5 years as a very happy family. We owned a hotel called Pesca Linda, and the Mexican drug dealers cartel started imposing high tariff on us. This forced us to move to the United States. I believe the experiences of my family have only strengthened our bonds and continue to be basis for my future endeavors. I'm fortunate to have such an amazing family, and I hope at least to be half of the woman my mom is. Thank you very much for letting me share my family history with you, and I hope you like it. Hello, my name is Julissa, and I will be talking today about myself and the things that make me happy and give me a state of fulfillment. The things that give me a great sense of fulfillment, personal satisfaction and self-esteem will be spending time with my family. I love spending time with my family. I love having breakfast with my family and collecting new experiences together. I also love to have a clean, neat room, which is never like that. But when it is, it gives me such a state of joy. I feel like I left chaos outside and I came home to a peaceful, full of positive energies and calm place. Something else that gives me great pleasure and fulfillment is socializing and learning about new cultures and behaviors and how people can be so different but yet connect in some ways. There's two occasions when I am really engaged in activities and time seems to stop for me. One of these is diving. I love diving. It's a magnificent, beautiful, different new world. Such amazing creatures. It gives me a state of calmness. It connects me with myself, and I believe it's my method of meditation. When I finish diving, I feel relaxed, like nothing would ever bother me. Something that I also enjoy is reading books. I like reading books because it transports me to different eras, ages. It transports me in cultures. It transports me in behaviors, historically. It's amazing how words can make me feel emotions and feelings and even cry out. By the way, this is my favorite book and it's very recommended. The times in my life where everything seems to flow and I am on the peak state of joy is when I'm engaging in a new relationship or I'm flirting with someone I really like. It brings butterflies in my stomach. It dares me to dress beautiful, to look at the world in a positive way, to wear makeup. I feel stylish, flirty. It's so amazing. A part of my job is to be helpful to people and make their experiences more memorable here in Miami. It brings me extreme satisfaction and happiness when they acknowledge my job and thank me for it. I feel productive when I have positive feedback from the people I care the most about. It also brings me great pleasure to help animals, as they are innocent creatures who can't care for themselves sometimes. I feel like a better person, and that's all. Wow! If I had $100 million, I would open my own hotel. It would be the Marvelous. It will have beautiful teal rooms with ocean decoration by the sea. I would hire financial advisors to help me place money in the stock market. I would buy potential properties in the city of Miami. And I would open a non-profit organization for animals and sanctuaries with specialized personnel to take care of highly endangered wildlife. I would raise animal abuse awareness and donate to the Humane Society of Miami. I would travel and enrich my heart and culture, and mine, of course. I would cancel all of my family debts. I would build my dream house with a beautiful big library. I would find and buy the first editions of my favorite books, and I would own a convertible car, and of course stay low profile so I don't need security or protection. That's all. My 50 life goals. I think if I do this, I don't have to live anymore. I'll be the happiest person on earth and I'll be ready to go. So it all starts by opening my own hotel, the Marvelous. I've talked about it before. I'm dying to go skydiving. I want to make $1 million a year. I want to dive 50 meters down. I want to dive in Australia's coast. I want to visit Europe, Asia, and Africa. I want to go on a safari in Africa. I want to own a convertible car. And I want to get married to the love of my life. I want to ride in a hot air balloon. I want to accumulate flight points enough to buy a flight. I want to go to the World Soccer Cup with my family one day. I want to build my dream house. I want to meet Pablo Coelho, my favorite writer. I want to lose at least 30 pounds. I want to attend to an Oscar ceremony awards. I want to start a non-profit organization. I want to celebrate my marriage 25th anniversary list. I want to provide my mom the house of her dreams. I want my sister to go to the University of Miami. I want to graduate with a PhD someday. I want to study a career in sex psychology just for fun. I want to learn Italian and French. I want to be highly cultured. I want to have a long, happy, sexual, active life. I want to see the snow. I want to raise the animal abuse awareness. I want to have an extravagant, amazing proposal. I want to visit South America with my best friend. I want to visit one day White Tiger Black Jaguar organization in Mexico. I want to finish the circus animal cruelty. I want to choose a flight right at the airport. I want to never have to put an alarm again. I want to be a good dancer. I want to open an association for sexually abused kids. I want to stop eating meat. I want a family that everybody admires. I want to scuba dive more often. I want to visit every state in the United States and make a book with pictures about it with my family. I want to be more physically active. I want to learn and master a ball sport. I want to read more books. I want to have my own in-home library. And I want to provide for my mom so she never has to work again. That'll be all. Well, I think that's about my past, present, and future. And it did help me discover myself a bit. It did help me think about my life goals, about what would I do if I have that amount of money, what I expect of myself in 10 to 15 years, even if it's in an exaggerated manner. I learned also to appreciate my past, and I'm really glad that I discovered new things while doing this project. For example, my Irani, she was from Iran? Oh, wait, where was she from? Israel! She was from Israel. Okay, God. Well, my Israeli grandma. And I'm sorry. It did help me a lot. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and I hope you like it. The woman behind the animal protection movement. Julissa Sobrino, Cuban-born, currently living in the United States, always had a deep love for animals. Since young ages, participated in community awareness and animal care projects, which furthered her ambitions and passion for animals. She graduated in hospitality and business administration. Her life took a positive turn of great magnitude when she opened the Marvellas, a rescue center, a tax-exempt and non-profit organization, about 6 years ago, after seeing so many abused animals that were not being taken care of and endangered. The foundation mission was to change perception about all animals and to make people feel connected with their planet on a deeper level, a movement about love and respect for all living creatures. Shortly after, she received several donations from well-known media influencers, organizations, and political movements that helped with her project to continue. She decided to make it her life's work and mission to ensure that these animals got the very best medical care as well as unconditional love. The rescue saved lives, raised awareness through social media, university conferences, and animal interactions, specific hosted events. On the year 2024, she got a project going on with the Environmental Protection Agency, which led to the full recovery of the white tiger in India. By the time, she was already known by spreading her unconditional love for animals. She was conceived with the Eminent Ecologist Award for her outstanding work of sustained ecological contributions. 2 years passed, and in the year 2028 was the grand opening of the Marvellas Hotel, bringing her two passions together, an interactive ecological hotel where guests could enjoy of the company of wild animals in their natural forest sanctuary to keep on revolutionizing minds. Last November, Julissa received the Commitment to Human Diversity in Ecology Award, granted by Stanford University. This year, through her hard work and dedication, she made it possible to regain the lost lion, tiger, and leopard habitat in Africa and Asia. It is remarkable to say that the numbers of these species has increased by 30% of its population thanks to Marvella's influences and heart-moving campaigns all around the world. Her project and researches are being studied at the top graduate biological science programs in universities around the United States. Her legacy continues to strike and surprise us. A better world, all united.